Ohayo.
Welcome to the So Japanese podcast, a podcast about all things Japan from a
Japanese
and foreign perspective. We are your hosts. My name is John.
My name is Ryusuke.
Thank you for joining us today.
ありがとうございます。
Today's episode is a continuation on our Regions of Japan series of podcasts. Today we're going to talk about Shikoku.
Shikoku.
And we're going to try something a bit different. So we kind of want to eventually transition our street level Japanese segments into kind of its own podcast. So today we're going to try a longer format version of it. So instead of like a mini segment, we're going to introduce more words in a different way to make a longer episode. Hopefully it'll feel like a podcast in itself. The reason why is that we're getting a lot of good positive feedback about our street level Japanese segments. People really seem to like that way of learning Japanese. I think it's really good for like the more casual learner or, you know, maybe for people who want to understand anime better or want to talk to friends casually instead of learning Japanese in a way where like, I'm going to use it at work. Right.
Also, like a lot of listeners, they say like they're already studying Japanese, but they can't find that what they want, and actually we are doing what they want. So a lot of people find it hard to study through textbooks, or though a lot of the words that we introduce in the segments in the past, they never even heard about, but they have Japanese teachers. They do take Japanese classes, and they're wondering why. I haven't heard it. So, it might be a little weird in the beginning while we transition to a longer format, but we look forward to hearing your feedback, obviously. So let's get on with today's episode. So, Shikoku. Shikoku.
I've never been. I don't even know much about it. Have you been?
Yeah, I went there the last trip I went to Japan.
Okay.
So like May.
Oh, nice. So it's recent in your head.
Listen.
So first, where is Shikoku?
The Shikoku located on southwest, like before Kyushu Island.
So before Kyushu, before Okinawa, obviously, right? So kind of like not in the middle, but it's still in the south.
Yeah, it's little south. And then like from the main island, if you imagine the map, and then there's a little island in between Kyushu and the main island. So that's Shikoku.
So translated, Shikoku means
four provinces.
So it's the smallest of the four islands of Japan. And there are four prefectures within Shikoku, and they are
Ehime, Kagawa, Kochi, and Tokushima.
And Kagawa is actually the smallest prefecture in all of Japan.
Yeah. So
it's a small island, right?
It is small island, but I mean, it's not like small island. It's not smaller than Okinawa, right? No. Okinawa is really small.
We talked about it in the Kyushu episode. That it's still considered in the Kyushu area, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't really focus on Okinawa just because we think that it deserves its own episode. So I guess eventually we'll talk about Okinawa. Interesting fact is that unlike the other three major islands of Japan, Shikoku has no active volcanoes.
So it's safe. But there's an earthquake. So.
Obviously, all over. Yeah. So the population of Shikoku is about 3.6 million. The largest city is Matsuyama, with 500,000 people, and that's in Ehime.
Yep.
Where did you go in Shikoku when you went?
This time I went through Tokushima, but our spot was Kagawa.
Okay.
Yeah.
You recommend people to visit?
For sure. I mean, like I only visit like a day.
Okay.
Like day trip.
Okay.
So I only like I went there to a specific reason.
Okay.
But if I have more time, definitely I want to stay there for like a week to discover everything.
So when we talk about how to get there, we'll ask you how you went there this time.
Yep.
So as usual, we'll talk about the food of the area, our favorite topic, spots to check out, things to do in the area. We're going to have our omiyage segment and how to get there, and a mini dialect segment as well.
Shikoku.
Exactly.
Yep.
So food. Our first part is, I didn't know, but udon.
Yeah.
I would say udon is like one of the more popular noodles or food items.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Westerners always know what udon is.
Yeah.
Right? Like
chewy wheat noodle. Yeah.
So Shikoku is famous for their udon. So much so that the governor of Kagawa wants to, or maybe already has, to officially change the name to
Udon Ken.
So Udon Ken is like what?
Prefecture.
So Udon Prefecture.
Yeah, that's what. So yeah, like udon is popular in Kagawa, Shikoku, and that's why we went there.
Oh,
because we want to eat the udon.
Okay. Yeah. And is it?
It's so good and so cheap. I think we trying to eat as much as we can, but we ate 3 udon a day.
Okay. Well,
I guess like 2 of us, it cost us like less than 3,000 yen, so like $30.
What would you say is like the defining difference of udon in Kagawa? Chewier?
It is chewier. So like, but in Kagawa, there's like many udon restaurants.
Okay.
And they open like morning. Then whenever they sold out the noodles and it done. So like first spot we went, we got there like 1 p.m. And then we saw people eating outside because it's not even restaurant. It's like a udon spot. And you buy it and then you eat outside of the restaurant.
So it's like a street
that
food
spot.
style?
Yeah, at that restaurant, okay? And we're like, okay, we can do it. Get off the car.
Yeah.
There's a sign. We sold out. So for the famous udon restaurants, you have to check. Then you have to go as soon as possible because otherwise they sold out.
And it's famous for the noodles itself, or like a whole dish, like a udon dish. Okay.
Yeah, noodles. And depends on the restaurants. Some udon restaurants more like the soft udon, but some other restaurants more chewier.
Okay.
So
is the chewiness decided on how long it's cooked for?
Also, I think how they knead the dough.
Traditionally, they knead udon with their feet, right? They step on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not dirty. Yeah, you have to do it.
Yeah, they wrap the dough in like plastic.
And then of course, they use special socks and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. So the most popular udon dish there is
kake udon.
And that's true? Like, is that what you guys had there?
Yeah.
Kake udon? Kake udon, what is it?
It's like the fresh cooked udon with dashi broth. That's it.
So the highlight is the noodles, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, the most, I guess, a popular udon dish is kake udon, and then with like the fried stuff
Yeah,
fried
tempura,
tofu or tempura.
yeah, or like scallion. You normally get like free scallion and then free tempura bits and grated ginger.
Yeah.
You can add as much as you want.
So like big difference compared to like the frozen packaged udon you can buy here?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so. Yeah.
I want to try.
And again, it's so cheap. So like kake udon, I would say like 280 yen. So like 280 yen. So imagine it's like $3.
Yeah.
And you get full.
In Japan, my I guess my biggest udon memory is this one train station that I always had to go through, like change trains at, and sometimes the train change would only be like 5 minutes, but there was like a udon stall on the platform,
standing,
and I would always get a bowl real quick, and you would make the time easily.
Because you order the udon,
yeah,
and it comes in like half minute.
Exactly. Right. The longest part is eating it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But like the temperature, I've never remembered it was like super hot where I had to wait. Like it can just like slurp it down and then all right, go. Which is weird because like even like such a short time, they know, but it's like the ultimate fast food.
Yeah.
Another specialty of the area, specifically Kochi, is
katsuo no tataki.
So bonito,
seared bonito.
Seared bonito. So even the technique of tataki originated from Shikoku.
Yeah.
I think
that I didn't know.
In like izakayas now, they always have like one tataki dish. So
always.
I think a lot of our listeners probably know what tataki is. But is it like traditional tataki seared over fire?
So traditional tataki from Kochi, they use hay.
Okay.
To how to say, like seared. So it's not even like seared. I would say like it's
like kissed by the flame.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they set the fire on the hay, and then sometimes they actually blow away all the fire, but there's still heat in it with smoke. That's how you like make seared.
That's the flavor.
Yeah, so like you get flavor from the hay smoke.
Yeah, if our listeners want to imagine how hay smoke or hay flavor tastes like, it's like really reminiscent of popcorn, like that kind of flavor. Is there a reason why they tataki foods?
So
because it's still raw in the middle, right?
It's raw. So apparently bonito, the fish, they have a how to say, like a
parasites
in between skin and meat.
Okay.
So that's why they sear it. That means like you kill all those parasites on the surface of the meat.
Yeah.
So then you can still eat inside raw.
Yeah.
But you have to
kill
sear
on the outside.
Yeah.
In your cooking experience, have you ever seen those parasites?
Yes.
Like it wiggles around?
The bonito parasite is more like a tiny, like it's not even ball, but it's really tiny white worm. Not even worm. It's not like long.
It's like a dot? There's a move? Did you see it move?
Yeah? Yeah.
Interesting. I've never seen it
now,
before.
listener don't want to eat.
If they order bonitos, like make sure the kitchen tataki's it.
Yeah. Do not look for the parasite when you order and eat, okay?
Well, like speaking of parasites, traditionally salmon in Japan was never eaten as like sashimi.
No,
because
before.
Salmon
it's half seawater but half fresh water, which is like liver.
And it's really prone to parasites, right?
Like we don't eat any sashimi, like fish as sashimi from like freshwater fish. because like we believe in that like there's too much bacteria and those worms.
So you should only eat saltwater fish raw,
Exactly.
like fully raw, unless you want to like sear it, smoke it.
And also still, like for example, like makalo, we say like hikarimono, which is like the skin is kind of like shiny.
Like not scaly
No,
like
exactly,
a traditional fish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those fish you should sear.
Okay.
That's why saba
yeah.
you sear.
Yes.
And bonito same.
Okay.
Sear. But if you can scale those fish, you should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, for like mackerel or those type of shiny skin fish, you guys like will marinate it in vinegar, right?
Exactly. That's also the other way you killing all those bugs and I mean no bugs, parasites. Yeah.
I didn't know, but in Shikoku, citrus fruits.
Yeah. It makes sense. It's south of Japan.
Right. So I guess hot climate lends itself well to the cultivation of yuzu. That's like
one of most popular citrus from Japan. Now people know.
What would you say? Like it's like a mix of orange and lemon? Grapefruit, lemon?
Yeah, like grapefruit, lemon. It's not too strong as lemon.
Yeah, it's not sour, so sour.
Yeah.
But it's not sweet like
it's
an
not
orange.
Sweet. No. Yeah.
And for yuzu, you don't really eat the meat, do you?
No.
Right?
No.
Like if you cut through a yuzu, it's like pretty dry, right?
Pretty dry or I mean like skin itself is thicker than like regular citrus.
So it's used for juicing?
Like, juicing, making sauce. Or you can also use the peel. That's also other thing. Or in Japan, we put in a bath.
Okay.
To get yuzu.
Aroma.
Yeah, it's called yuzuburo. And like this time, November, December, when it start getting cold, my mom always buy like 2 or 3 yuzu.
Cut it?
No. Whole. And just put into the
bath water.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's actually really nice.
I've never
smell.
tried that.
If you want, you can try. But here, yuzu is how much?
Yeah.
$10. And over there, my mom gets
just
free.
get off the tree.
Yeah.
Mikan is Mandarin.
Yeah.
Sudachi. I would say like lime closest.
I would say lime. Yeah, it's a green, but it's not like long round shape. It's like small round shape.
And again, like with yuzu, you don't eat the meat. There's no meat.
No,
right?
no.
It's like dry.
Yeah.
So a lot of like yuzu, sudachi, it's just for the aroma.
Exactly.
Right?
But we like Japanese cuisine, they use a lot of them. Yeah.
For example, in what?
Like ponzu, which
right.
is sauce.
Yeah.
Like a vinegary soy sauce.
Yeah. Fortified with like citrus.
Exactly. Also, like we zest it and then sprinkle on top of the sashimi or like any type of like meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever see, it's used as garnish a lot, and people might think it's lime, like a really dry like piece of lime. But yeah, that's sudachi.
Yeah.
Tangerines, oranges in the area. I didn't know about this, but there's a famous. Is it a juice company?
Yes. It's called Ponjusu.
Ponjusu.
It's super popular.
And it's like just orange juice, or like
just orange juice.
Yeah.
It's
the flavor
so
of your
good.
childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like pon juice is the expensive orange juice for me.
Okay.
So if I can drink anywhere when I was a kid, I'm like yes, because I love orange juice. Myself. But like I normally get, it's like the regular orange juice you can buy anywhere. But pon juice, it's different.
Really, I've never tried
It's really different.
Is it? Does it have pulp?
No
pulp.
pulp.
In Japan, do people like orange juice with pulp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people do. I
Do
don't
you
like
like
it.
As a kid, I loved it.
Yeah, as a kid, I love it.
But now, like, no, I just want
No,
my orange
annoying,
juice straight.
annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't want to eat it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, if you guys have a chance and you find in your local Japanese supermarket
I think you might gonna find it. Pon juice.
pon juice.
Yeah.
Pon as in like Nippon,
Yeah.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Next food item that's really popular there, sea bream,
Sea bream.
type of
Thai.
fish, Thai
Mm-hmm.
in Japanese. Famous in Ehime, I guess because of like
Ocean.
the ocean waters there,
Yeah.
minerals.
Yeah. Also because I think that area there's the stream going in the ocean.
Okay.
And that makes sea bream healthy,
Fatty.
fatty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think they like the stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next food item I didn't know about is called
Wasambon.
wasanbon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a light and fine Japanese sugar extracted from sugarcane.
Mm-hmm.
Sugarcane in Japanese is called,
Satokibi.
and so
Mm.
I don't think I've ever like seen it.
About
Wasanbon.
no?
No.
It's obviously it's not white.
Yeah.
It's more like brown sugar type.
Okay.
And then like you say, it's like more fine.
So this was the sugar of Japan
Mm-hmm.
for more than 2 centuries before World War II
Mm-hmm.
and the import of refined white table sugar.
Mm-hmm.
But it has like a more mild
Yeah.
flavor,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and like high-end restaurants use it.
Yeah, that's why high-end restaurant in Japan they use this type of sugar for like any sauce, any type of food. If you want to make sweeter,
Can you tell?
yeah,
In,
because
like,
like
sauce?
sweetness is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too. So for example, like I heard like one of best unagi restaurants when they make tare, which is like unagi sauce,
Yeah.
which is like teriyaki sauce, right?
Mhm.
But they use wasambon instead of like less sugar because
Okay.
like it gets way more milder,
Mhm.
so not just sweet,
Okay, that's true.
and it's nice coating as well. I know.
Maybe for our listeners, they can imagine it as in like Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm.
People love the Mexican Coca-Cola,
Mm-hmm.
the tropical country Coca-Colas,
Mhm.
because it's like made with
Use sugar cane.
yeah,
Aye.
compared to like American
Uh-huh.
Coca-Cola made with white refined sugar.
Mhm,
It's a
mhm.
different sweetness, right?
Yeah. 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 So it makes sense. More. I mean, like more natural, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess a healthier tasting one. Like it's not the type of
Mhm.
sweetness where like it's like instantly my teeth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The next Japanese food that's popular in the area is
Kempi.
kenpi.
Imo
So-
kempi.
So that's imo, sweet
Mhm.
potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like sweet potato with a candy coating.
Mm-hmm.
Super good.
Mm-hmm. It's like snack. I mean, it is snack.
And
Yeah.
that's from Kochi as well.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is
Mm-hmm. Tokushima ramen.
Tokushima ramen.
Mm-hmm. So Tokushima ramen is like more, a little bit dark broth. Sometimes they use pork broth. Sometimes they use chicken. Like they use any type of sauce, like base, no soup base.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the character is about like they have a pork berry, not like chashu style.
Okay.
It's more like just thin sliced pork berry, couple piece of them on top with the raw egg
Okay.
in the middle. yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I haven't tried it, I don't think.
I think I tried a couple times and then I actually love it, and also a little bit sweeter.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And is it like more like tonkotsu, like thicker broth?
No, for my Tokushima ramen experience, wasn't really thick as tonkotsu.
Okay.
I was like more, oh, this is like more like a regular shoyu ramen.
Okay.
Yeah. but because it has a little bit of sweetness,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually I kind of like want to eat more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing that we didn't know,
That we didn't know.
Shikoku is famous for. We didn't know Japan even had any
Mm-hmm.
olives.
Olives. Yeah. Yeah.
So olives are popular in the area, famous in the area.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think like they eat it.
No.
Apparently the cows, they use it to feed the cows. And the meat from Shikoku is like really famous too, apparently. And because they eat olives.
Olives. Yeah. Olive goo.
Olive goo.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's talk about things and spots to check out.
All right.
So another thing I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
was in Shikoku,
Mm-hmm.
it's very, very famous for Ohenro.
Hi. Ohenro.
And that's 88 temple pilgrimage of temples.
Mm-hmm.
So a Buddhist thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do it all throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
But the most popular times to do it is in the spring, March to
Mhm.
May, and the fall, October
Mhm.
to November. I guess the most
Mild season.
temperature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not want to walk to 88 temples.
In the summertime. Yeah, you're gonna die.
I don't want to do anything in Japan in the summertime.
Yeah. Yeah. It's too hot.
So,
Mm-hmm.
88 official temples
Mm-hmm.
are part of this circular shaped pilgrimage.
Mm-hmm.
And if walked, the entire route is about, I think more than this though, but it's about 1,200 kilometers long. So you get to experience nature, the temples, you meet other people.
Other people for
right?
sure. Yeah.
It's like a community thing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 3 ways to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 ways are walking,
Mm-hmm.
by bus, and by car.
Mm-hmm.
So by walking, if you
Mhm.
average about 30 kilometers a day, it takes
Mhm.
about 6 weeks.
Woo.
And I guess with hotel costs,
Mhm.
food costs,
Mhm.
it'll cost you about like $4,000.
Ui.
Or you can do the chartered bus,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is the most popular way
Mm-hmm.
because you kind of join a tour company
Mm-hmm.
and they have like tour guides that come
Mhm.
with you,
Mm-hmm.
explain things to you.
Mm-hmm.
That takes about 9 to 12 days, and it costs about $2,500.
Mm.
And the last way is
Car. This will take about like 10 days and cost about 14万円.
So about $1,400.
Yeah.
Renting a car
Mm-hmm.
would be that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, like if
Mhm.
you rent a car in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
you should make sure the GPS has like English.
All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, but
Or use
these
your phone
days,
nowadays,
yeah, you have your phone. So, but for Ohenlo, if I wanna do it, I wanna walk. Definitely no car.
Yeah, right.
I feel guilty doing this for all
That's
those
true.
temples.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Then I do something else.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
6 weeks though.
So I need to get my vacation. I need to use all my vacation day. Press something.
Or could you just be like, I just want to do 5 temples?
You know what? I think you can do like halfway and then come back later.
Okay, like through in the year or in your
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I think so. I think
Little bit at
that's
a
what
time.
somebody did it.
Okay.
Cause I mean, like, how many Japanese people can get 6 weeks straight,
Impossible.
or even by car 10 days?
Yeah,
you can
right.
do it.
That's
No.
true. That's true. Another really popular thing to do in
Mhm.
Shikoku is
Yoshinogawa.
and what's it called, like great white water rafting or
Yeah,
rafting.
Yeah.
So apparently it's really famous for rafting because they have big
Mhm.
turbulent rapids,
Mhm.
which I guess we were talking about the sea bream like,
Mhm.
right? Like the
Mhm.
strong waters.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Another thing about
Mhm.
strong waters
Mhm.
is Naruto,
Naruto.
not the anime.
Not anime, but came from this.
is like whirlpools, natural whirlpools.
That's why he has Naruto.
And I never seen like natural whirlpools until we researched this, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, when I went there, because there's a big bridge, then we can see it.
Over the whirlpool?
Yeah, over the bridge.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
And then
that's super cool.
Also, they give you the time when it's the like hardest activity.
Oh yeah.
For the whirlpool.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it looks pretty cool.
If you really wanna see, you can check the time when it's the best time, and then you can go there.
What if you like go inside?
Definitely die.
Okay.
You're not gonna go into. I think, but there might be like a cruising tour. You can get closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a Niagara Fall things. Yeah.
The next two things are dance festivals. So Awa Odori. And
Yosakoi Matsuri.
And it's like, I guess, a local type of dance.
Yeah. Yosakoi Matsuri is now, it's kind of like popular in everywhere in Japan. Because like, this is like a more team dancing event.
Okay.
With, how to call? I forgot. There's some sort of, the music things they use.
Yeah, it's like a clacker.
Yeah.
Another thing to check out is Shoroshima. We
Mm-hmm.
saw photos of it. Super beautiful. It's like a island with like olive groves. Right?
I think in Shoroshima they start growing first olives.
Okay.
And they success.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next thing is
Naoshima.
Art Island.
Yeah.
And this is super cool.
Super cool.
So
it's all about art.
So it's an island. It's like, think of like a art gallery, art exhibition, but outdoors or in an island. So the island is just like, there's art exhibits everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even Yayoi Kusama has like
her art on by the water,
like right at the pier, right? Or something like that. Yeah, the whole island is just you guys should like Google it. Naoshima. It's pretty cool.
I want to go. My partner, she went there with her friends like a couple years ago, and then she said it was great.
Yeah,
she want to go back.
It's super cool.
Yeah. So Shodoshima and Naoshima, just it's no main island, by the way. So you still need to take a ferry or something from, I think it's from Kagawa or from Tokushima.
Okay.
Yeah. It's in the middle of Shikoku Island and then main Honshu Island, and in the sea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The islands don't look huge.
Yeah. No.
Like definitely you can walk the whole island.
Yeah.
The next thing is an onsen.
Dogo Onsen.
And why this one is so famous and popular is because the movie Spirited Away, the
Sento Chihiro no Kamikakushi,
the onsen in that movie was based on this one.
Exactly. I mean, in Dogo Onsen area, there's one of oldest onsen, and then if you check online, you actually see all like real onsen. It's like, oh, I kind of know this onsen.
Yeah, right. It
if
looks
you
familiar.
watch that movie.
Yeah. So if you're a big fan, Ghibli fan, check this onsen out.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
And the next one is, the last one is
Ritsurin Kouen.
And that's a park. It's like a super
old style, like Japanese
garden park. Yeah. Like if you close your eyes and you think of like a Japanese garden, this is it.
Yeah. And then we went there. It's huge.
Yeah.
It take like couple hours. We walk around and it is beautiful. There's a bunch of like cute bridge on a pond.
Okay.
Like you can imagine like red, like a red handlebar.
Yes.
And then like bunch of carps on the pond.
Of course. Yeah.
and like trees are also like they made it the style of trees to look beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Entrance fee?
Yes, entrance fee was I would say like $10.
Okay.
But
yeah,
definitely you should go.
All right, this brings us to our omiyage segment. So omiyage, we've talked about it before in one of like our first episodes. Souvenirs.
Souvenir.
And Japan, they're really proud of their, like each place is really proud of their local goods. And omiyage culture is really big where you pretty much have to buy something for someone.
If you travel.
If you travel in
and
Japan.
if you telling them.
Exactly, yeah. Or else don't tell them if you don't want to buy anything.
Yeah.
So in this segment, we introduce some things that either if we were to go, we would want to buy for people, or if someone were to go, we would want to receive from the area. The first one.
はい。Imabari towel.
Imabari towel, like literally a cotton towel. Why is it so famous?
I think because this towel is not like that regular towel. When you buy a new one, then you're trying to wipe something, they won't suck anything.
Yeah.
You have to wash
a
couple times to actually you can start using.
Activate or loosen up the fibers,
exactly.
Right? Or else like a brand new towel is just like a squeegee almost, right? Okay.
But the Imabari towel, to be a Imabari towel from the brand new, they need to soak up any type of liquid in 5 seconds.
Okay.
So that's the how
test.
to say? Yeah, the test.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's also like it's supposed to like dry really quickly. So made with a special cotton.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Imabari towels. Yeah, I didn't know until we researched it, but it's like a thing.
Yeah.
And then even like have like a logo.
Logos with the tag. It looks like a white circle with like lead and a square shape with some like blue and white lines.
Yeah. So I wanna know why these towels are so good.
Yeah.
Next one is
katsuobushi.
So katsuobushi is smoked, fermented, and dried bonito.
Yeah. Used for dashi. Use like we shape them and then make it dashi with it.
And you can just eat it straight up.
Oh yeah.
If you've ever had takoyaki,
or okonomiyaki, or even yakisoba.
Yeah, the things that are like moving with the steam. That's katsuobushi.
Yep.
Another famous thing, omiyage wise, I would like to receive is
indigo dyeing product.
Indigo.
Indigo is famous in Tokushima.
It's super expensive. I've never owned an indigo thing. Yeah,
it's really expensive.
And I think like to care for it.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
Yeah, you can't really like wet them.
Yeah,
because otherwise they're gonna start like losing the colors.
Right. But that blue color is really unique, right?
Yeah.
Another thing is olive oil.
Olive oil, of course.
I would like to see what Japanese olive oil is about.
Right. I want to know that too. For sure, like they make sure the product will be like better than others, but I know they are making wine, and Japanese wine is still not the level of wine compared to Italy or France or whatever.
Yeah.
So like olive is kind of same category for me. So
whiskey, Japanese whiskey is high up.
That's true. Right? That's true.
Eventually, if the Japanese wanna start doing something, start making something, eventually it's gonna be
it gets
the best.
There.
Yeah. And the last one I really want to try and I haven't tried it is called
HPP.
Agepp.
Agepp.
So we're talking about udon, famous in the area. It's just deep fried udon. like in like French fry shapes.
Mm-hmm.
I've never tried deep fried udon. I never thought
Nah.
to deep fry
Me
udon,
neither.
but they eat it as a snack, like a
Mhm.
potato chip type French fry
Mhm.
type thing. I
But
wanna
yeah,
try.
it's a wheat, and if you fry it, it's like a Pritz.
Yeah, I think it puffs up a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really crunchy, airy.
So
I
like
think.
fried, deep fried,
dough.
pizza dough or something.
Yeah. I think so.
For sure, it's good.
All right. Transportation. How to get to Shikoku.
Mm-hmm.
So island.
Mm-hmm.
Public transportation doesn't run very often on the island, and it's one of the more expensive
Mm-hmm.
forms of transportation compared to the rest of the country.
Mm-hmm.
So like even talking about trains, the Shinkansen doesn't even reach Shikoku.
No.
You have to connect through Okayama,
Mm-hmm.
and they have like a limited express that runs
Mhm.
back and forth
Mm-hmm.
every hour during the day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not super fast, right? Like it's not Shinkansen.
No, but I mean, like from Okayama to Shikoku, anyway, the distance is not that really far. So yeah,
By car.
by car.
So you can take the highway
Mm-hmm.
that links the main island. to
That's what I
Shikoku.
did.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
and because of the bridge
mhm.
from the, I think we went from like Kobe or
Okay.
somewhere like close to Kobe,
Okay.
and went through it. This bridge called Awaji Ohashi,
Okay.
and then you stop on the island, and after that you get another bridge. Then in that bridge you can see the
The whirlpool.
exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then you get into Tokushima.
And if you want to take this bridge, it's
Uh.
apparently about like 5,000 yen in toll fees.
Yeah,
That's the thing
It's-
with Japan though. Like I
Mm.
think tolls are like pretty expensive there, right?
expensive. Yeah.
But the highways, the roads are really well maintained, so
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, but
Right.
still, like that only traveling. I mean, like car,
Mm-hmm.
it costs us, I would say, like 2,000 yen. So it's like $200.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not cheap.
In terms
But-
of like what tolls, gas, or
Exactly.
okay.
But there was a tip, because all highway,
Mm-hmm.
you have a card. I mean, you can buy a card.
Okay.
Maybe only for Japanese people, because like you have to show all those documents.
Uh-huh.
It's called ETC card.
Okay.
If you have that,
Yeah.
there's a discount
Okay.
for every single highway, including this bridge called Akashi Kaikyo Ohashi.
Uh-huh.
So then we researched it.
Yeah.
It gets like 3,000 yen
Okay.
if I had it.
Yeah.
So
Saves 3,000 yen.
no,
Oh.
save 2,000 yen, so $20.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So imagine like back and forth, like you save $40
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
By air,
Mm-hmm.
so they do have 4 like regional smaller airports
Mhm.
in Shikoku.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are like super international. There's some that go to like Seoul or Shanghai,
Mm-hmm.
but generally if you want to fly to Shikoku,
Mm-hmm.
you would have to make the connection at Tokyo or Kansai.
Yeah.
Or by boat.
Mm-hmm.
Ferries run from Kobe and Hiroshima.
Mm-hmm.
Takes about 2.5 hours and about $27.
Yeah, I think ferry is not that bad option.
Yeah, that's a
'cause-
good way.
Yeah. You want to enjoy the
Um,
time too.
Exactly, right?
Mm.
This brings us to our dialect part of the
Mhm.
episode.
Hi.
So, 4 provinces in Shikoku, they have 4 dialects, 4
Mhm.
bends, but the most popular, widely used one is out of Kochi, and
Mhm.
it's called
Tosaben.
Tosa Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing like sound clips of this Tosa Ben,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say out of all the dialects we've done so far, like the accent is more unique sounding.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to introduce 5, words to you guys
Mm-hmm.
with the dialect. So how do you say I like
Mm-hmm.
in Tosa Ben?
Sukiyaki.
Sukiyaki.
Mm-hmm.
In regular,
好きです.
ski des.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get it confused with the food dish,
Sukiyaki.
sukiyaki,
Hot pot.
or it'll help you remember.
So
Sukiyaki.
if they want to say, I like sukiyaki.
Sukiyaki. That's a song, no?
That's the song.
This next one is a weird one. So, how do you say don't in Tosaben?
しなよ.
But in regular Japanese, shinayo means
Do
do.
it.
So, in Tosaben, don't shinayo,
しなよ.
don't. That means do in regular Japanese.
Yes.
So weird. But in regular Japanese, how do you say don't?
しないよ.
Shinaiyo. So really close.
But I think that regular Japanese do is しなよ.
Shinayo.
But Tosaben is しなよ.
Okay. All right.
I believe.
Yeah.
I think so. Please.
Yeah.
Correct me if someone speak Tosaben.
Yeah.
Sorry if somebody speak.
Yeah, we're ruining it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the next one. One of the more popular words in Japanese. It's okay.
かまんよ.
Kamanyo. In regular Japanese?
大丈夫.
Daijoubu. How do you say almost in Tosaben?
怖いもん.
Kowaimon. In regular?
危うく.
So Kowaimon sounds like a scary Pokemon.
Yeah.
怖
いもん.
Stop. How do you say stop in Tosaben?
いかんちゃ.
Ikancha. In regular Japanese?
ダメだよ.
Dame dayo. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed our episode
of Shikoku.
Yeah, surprisingly, these like regional series of podcasts do pretty well.
Yeah.
Like people
love that.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect it just because if I was deciding to visit Japan, like other than Kansai, I wouldn't really visit these other locations, right? Unless it's like I've been to Japan quite a few times. Then you should go to these locations.
Yeah. I think because now the world is more open. So for sure, like listeners also, like you guys planning to visit in Japan, or you might want to go one day. So before that happen, you want to get more ideas. And that's why like, you know, like people loved it.
True.
Yeah. I mean, like if I go some other country and I found this type of information, I'd love to know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why people like them, right?
Exactly.
It's like less spoken about areas of Japan, right? All right. So that does it for our podcast today, Shikoku.
Yeah.
I hope you guys learned about this region, because I definitely did.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I went there, but I only went to Tokushima, just went through, and then went to Kagawa to eat udon. So
yeah, that's the one thing that I'm really interested in from this episode is udon and those whirlpools. I want to see that.
Yeah.
And that island, the Nao Island.
Yeah, so only Shikoku, they have so many things you can do, you can eat, you can see.
Yeah.
So imagine if you want to travel all in Japan, you know?
It takes forever.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
All right, so thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.